Hey, folks, that's it. That's right. This is your man, Adolphus A.D. Moore. And guess what? Texas win. Texas win. Texas win. No, this is not an April Fool's joke. This is, it's a happy occasion. Because let's face it, the game probably shouldn't have been played, but was delayed due to power failures with the cold weather that's choking out everybody all across the 48 contiguous states, including Hawaii that had snow up in the mountains. Yeah, that's right. I said snow. But the Texans win. Right. That's right, folks. I haven't had a chance to do this but the second time this season to say the Texans have won the game against the former professional team of Houston, i.e. the Houston Oilers that moved to Nashville, now known as the Tennessee Titans, 19-14 today. The Texans finished, bottom line, and that was the one thing, if you've been at the press conference, that's one thing we've been hearing over and over. We need to learn how to finish. We need to learn how to finish. Well, the Texans finished today. They finished with a victory. Yeah, I know Malik Willis was not the starting quarterback, but you know what? Everybody else had injuries at this time of the year, and you have to play with the hand that's dealt with you. But before we get too far down the line, and with this being Christmas Eve, we're gonna have a word from our sponsor, and we want to just thank him.
Hello, I'm Ken Ross with the Ken Ross Insurance Agency. There are certain things that are important in our lives: our health, our safety, and our loved ones. With over 40 years of experience, I've seen just how important insurance can be. I value the importance of being a part of my community and being there when they need me. Insurance is important everywhere, but being here in South Texas, it is absolutely essential. From flood, home, auto, and life insurance, let the Ken Ross Agency be your agency of choice.
That's right, folks. Your Ken Ross Agency, who's been the sponsor for this whole Ad Max Corner all this season, all the way through to the end of the year. And we want to thank Ken Ross and the agency for stepping forward. And hadn't been a lot of victories, but you know what? He stayed the course with the rest of the team because that's just the type of person he is, and it's the type of business he has run. As he stated, over 40 years, he's been an insurance agent in this part of the Gulf Coast area. And now I'm more than ever, I guess, beside having flood insurance, what we feel like is a priority, you almost got to have it now for a winterizing effect because it's cold. Although I'm upstate in Fairfax, Virginia, getting celebrating Christmas with the family, I was able to just watch the Texans today as game started late. It was because of the extenuating circumstances with the weather and the severe hardship that it was putting on the grids, everybody else. So hopefully the folks in Houston, right now it's about 20 degrees here, going down to a very balmy single digit of 7 degrees. Last night it was about 12. Wind chill factor about 2. Wind chill factor tonight about a -4. Makes me almost feel like I was back in Russia again, but never mind. Oh, by the way, you're probably sitting here looking at a couple of folks looking in on the program. They will be paying visits all over the world tonight. So, they sort of stopped in and just sort of see, okay, AD, what do you do on your show? And I'm going like, well, Santa, I've been a good boy, I think, for the most part. But the Texans, they didn't get a lump of coal tonight. They, instead of coming home with a lump of coal, they're coming home with a victory, a well-won victory. They fought hard today, folks. And, I didn't tweet it out. I sent it to a colleague I know that was at the game today that Davis Mills, in some shape, form, or fashion, they got the victory today, connected with Brooks and for the winning touchdown. But tell you, it would stretch your nerves today and all the way. The defense for a little bit, I just sort of wondered, will they hold up? Did they hold up? And yes, they did. Uh, the both of the rookies today. I mean, and let's face it. The Texans had 4 sacks today, and let's tip our hats to the Texans' offensive line today. They only gave up 1 sack today. But the Texans were able to get to Malik Willis today 4 times. No, he wasn't the best quarterback on the field today, but he wasn't the worst neither. In fact, that's probably was a tie between what the Texans done with that Davis Mills. At one point watching the game, I said Mills was the 3rd best quarterback on the field today. And has that attitude changed even with the victory? Probably not. Will they be looking for a quarterback in the draft coming up? Probably so. But for right now, we're going to celebrate the victory. We're going to celebrate the fact that through all these toils in this long, arduous season, the Texans finished. They came out on top today, and Malik Collins has continued his relentless pursuit and dominating at the line of scrimmage. After Derrick Henry, even though he had Derrick Henry for the days total, 23 carries, 126 yards, he had a long run of 48 yards to open up the scoring for the Texans today. But after that particular John, Derrick Henry he earned his paycheck today because the Texans put 8, 9, and really roughly about 8 to 9 people in the box. And if they could have really pursued and probably opened up the field today, if Malik Willis could have probably, if they would have trusted him enough to throw the ball down the field 15 to 20 yards, especially the way the Texans were stacking it in the box, and who knows probably what could have happened. But that's if a woulda, coulda, shoulda. They didn't do it today. And so we celebrate. We actually come back and we can actually tip our hat. By the way, I'm Santa's helper right now. And for those of y'all that I put my share of bicycles together and everything else, and for those of y'all that little ones that can't wait to get up in the morning or need to go to bed early, I understand that these 2 little guys right here, I'm their helper for the time being. Like I said, they just stopped in and want to see, hey, see what do you do on the corner? Well, here we are, Sanders, on the corner. I appreciate y'all stopping in. I appreciate y'all, at least for the Texans fans, leaving us a victory as opposed to a lump of coal today. It was statistically not a great looking game. Let's not talk about. I'm not going to just delve into just bore you with statistics today because the Titans averaged over 5 yards a carry. Obviously, when you got the workhorse in Derrick Henry and in his performance, but the Texans averaged less than 3 yards a pop today. But the defense stood up. The defense finished for the offense today, and they helped bring them through. They got the critical turnovers when they needed. 3rd quarter, I seriously thought that the Texans were going to just give it away, but the defense bore their backs today in the 4th quarter. And after the Texans had a chance to score, and they didn't do it, and I almost started seeing what an era of deja vu again, i.e., the Kansas City Chiefs, i.e., the Dallas Cowboys had an opportunity to win and was going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And in those cases, the last couple of weeks, they didn't do it. Today, they finished. And I hate to keep sounding like a broken record on this one, but that's what I've been hearing for the last 9 losses. We need to learn how to finish. Well, they finished today. And for that simple reason, hey, I applaud the guys. I applaud giving them all their kudos. And that should be one happy plane ride coming back from Nashville today. Hopefully, the planes don't have to be de-iced and just get out of there and get out with a victory, and they can come home and celebrate with their families tonight, looking with Christmas Eve. So, it's a lot you can say, but the bottom line, Texans won. And I can nitpick about certain things that they did or did not do. I can nitpick about Davis Mills' performance today, what he did or did not do. He done enough for the Texans to win. The defense definitely done more than they share to guarantee a victory today. with the Christian Harris had a great day today, and it's all of them have it in their own weight, shape, form, or fashion. Jonathan Gennard today came back and had kept pressure on the day. The injuries with the way folks coming back, and I know Lovey has probably boiled this down to a 4-game season now, because with 3 victories, this is one of the 3 remaining contests against the divisional opponents. And so, if you're not going to have a winning season against the league, at least the last way Lovey is looking at it, let's try to shoot for having a winning season against our divisional opponents. So now, you move on to, I think it's next week, Jacksonville. I believe it is Jacksonville on the 1st. No, they got to go down to Jacksonville. But yeah, well, Jacksonville's coming in. Anyway, matters not. That's next week. This week, we're going to just celebrate the victory, celebrate the fact that, we can just, it's kind of odd. I got to actually, check myself and try to figure out, because there several things that I had pages of notes as the game was going on, particularly on that fourth down play when they chose to, they chose to run for it, and then all of a sudden they got the Texans shut them down, and I tried to sit there and figure out what the H were y'all trying to do there, but matters not. At this point, Royce Freeman done enough. Everybody done just enough to get the victory today. And so as the Texans snapped their 9-game losing streak, they kept the Tennessee Titans on the skates and let them just continue to skate, because that'll be their 6th loss in a row. And so the Texans will be able to take one away from down there, because the Titans had already come up here and rode Derrick Henry legs to a victory up at NRG. So the Titans just went down to Nissan Stadium today in Nashville, and they got their victory down there. And so all I can just continue to say is that hooray. Enjoy the victory, guys. Enjoy it, because it's been a long time coming. We felt like they should have been here a few weeks back, but they didn't, and they hadn't accomplished, so they accomplished it today. I'm not going to keep throwing, not going to throw rocks this time. I'm going to let you see my hands and just sit there and say, hey, we got it. They got the victory today. And so before I shut it down and get ready to go visit relatives up here in the area, go bundle up, because it's going to be down into the single digits down here with a wind chill up in the Virginia area, as go celebrate with fans, go see the grandkids and everything. I had hoped that they would have been in town early enough that I was probably going to have them on, let them see what G-Pop does. And that's their name for me. What G-Pop does in his own endeavor. By the way, there's an announcement coming about the Houston Roundball Review and the Ad Max Corner for Super Bowl 57. That should be having some tentatively good news coming forward about will we be present again in Arizona. So, but stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, we're going to have a quick hit from our sponsor again, and then I'm going to have a little special situation. What happened to our sponsor? I know it was here somewhere. Anyway, but I was just looking right here, trying to figure out. Well, anyway, I know my sponsor. I was here a few minutes ago. Not sure exactly what happened to him, but matters not. Just let me remind you again: 281-235-5952. The Ken Ross Agency, for all your insurance needs. He's been the mainstay even through all the losses. He's stuck with us, and he's been a title sponsor for the corner. So, without further ado, I want to thank Ken Ross. I want to wish him and everybody in the agency a very blessed Christmas as they continue on, and for each and every one of you all out there, for y'all to have a very blessed Christmas. And as we get ready to, we're going to wrap it. We're going to wrap it early. We're going to go ahead and just celebrate. But before we get ready to step out, let me just leave this with y'all. No, it's not for those of y'all that I believe in this. And for those of y'all that have not, that's not going to necessarily be in church tonight or tomorrow, let me just, from Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. This is the essence of the meaning of what the true Christmas, the meaning of Christmas, is about. We've given a gift that if you believe in the salvation and redemptive nature of prayer and everything else, this is the redemptive nature of the gift that the Father above has given to us. He has for this child and was is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And so I wish each and every one of you all out there peace on this Christmas Eve night, peace on tomorrow, Christmas Day, peace in each and every one of y'all, your own individual lives. Stay warm. I know it's for those of you down in the Houston area, it's been one of those rarefied moments in time. But you know what? Hey, folks, have a blessed Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week as we get ready to wrap it. We're getting ready to go ahead and celebrate with the family. And for each and every one of y'all, if y'all gather around, be mindful of one another, love one another. Let's give a little bit more love in our lives with each other as we get ready to come together with our families and celebrate the essence of the true meaning. Not these guys that's standing here with me, but the essence of the Prince of Peace. That's what the true meaning and the essence of this day really is. So without further ado, this is your man, Adolphus A.D. Moore, getting ready to go celebrate, and celebrate with the family and be prayerful and thankful for good health, for friends, for relatives, even for my enemies. For those of y'all that have appreciated and, hadn't been a lot to talk about as far as victories are concerned, as far as on the corner, but every week we show up and we're going to continue to show up. So I'm appreciative for you all being here. And that's a wrap, folks. One last thing, with the weather being inside, if you have not got your COVID shot, if you have not got your flu shot, if you have not got your pneumonia shots, don't keep playing with this. This is, there are a lot of respiratory illnesses going on with the kids and everything. Let's not do that. Let's not keep playing with this. Merry Christmas, folks. Be blessed. And I'm out. You man, again, peace, ciao, and we gone. We're done.